Good afternoon. This is Sam Vaughn for Sam Sports Report. The NBA championship is tonight. The Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers took their goal and took one. They hope to get two, but it'll be a hard series as Oklahoma City was the best team in the NBA this year. The Pacers are fortunate that they blew a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter, and then 8 with 3 minutes to go, did the Thunder blow that lead. But the better team won on Game 2 as the Thunder won in Game 2. 123-107 beat them up pretty good. Players to watch out for. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in 2025 MVP. Shooting guard Lua Drant. Shooting forward late Jalen Williams is who you need to watch out for. Also with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Shai Holmgren and Isaiah Herstein. The Thunder will look like, that's what the Thunder look like. Now we move on to the Indiana Pacers. Gilgeous-Alexander is a player to watch out for. On that end, I said Jalen Williams. For the Indiana Pacers, it's Therese Hilberton, Andrew Newborn, Aaron Naismith, Pascal Siakam, and Miles Turner. Players to watch out for there. Pial Siakam and Tracy Hilberton. Here's an update on the stadiums. Royals, and from the now to the no, it has gone. Missouri House passes the Senate, the stadium plan, and now it's up to the governor to sign it and compete with the star band of Kansas. Royals move to Kansas sparked another move for Missouri. We talked about the Senate package, same being approved for Thursday morning. It's funding for stadium and stadium generator. Republican House, State House, Sherika Jilic, and from Cass County, and heads the environmental development on the committee. On the occasion, the committee meeting, she expressed her support for the bill. She discussed how much Chiefs and Royals do charities on the west side of the state. Those things may not exist or may exist on the Kansas side, Garlick said. In 15, and the Mahomes, I would like them to continue to exist on the Missouri side. Garlick, the fact that Kansas legislature has passed the stake star bond package a year ago is trying to lower the Chiefs and the Royals on the west side of the state line. The Show Me State senior fellow Patrick Chorney is against the bill. Certain people are against it, certain people are for it, obviously. We'll see what Kansas can offer the Royals and the Chiefs and who takes it. My vote, says still, I'm sticking with it. Kansas, Chiefs go to Kansas, although I'm a little bit more doubtful now. And the Royals stay in Missouri, play at Washington Park. The Royals had Noah Cameron on the mound in his short-lived career. He gave up a 469-foot home run. It hit up where the flags were. Here's that link. Yankees 3-run homer, and then Taylor Clark gave it up again, and he gave up 4. So after it was 5-1, after they hit another home run to the Yankees, it was 5-1. That basically did it, but to make sure you did it, Taylor Clark gave up 4 of his own and also gave up the 5th run that was charged to Cameron. The Kansas City Royals Cy Young candidate should be considered Chris Bubik. He'll go for the Royals, and for the Yankees, it'll be Clark Schmidt, who has an ERA about 4. The final score last night was 10-2. We had a little baby crying also in the Yankees game, he being Tad. Here's what he said on that. He sounds like a little baby to me. One of the Royals pitchers, Chris Bubik, will go up against Clark Schmidt. Game 2, Royals need to win a series. Royals only won 2 out of the last 7 series. Game time 6:40. Sources say the Cubs and the Phillies score right now. We'll update it throughout the podcast. Expect that to come by on your ticker. Danley cut more on that tomorrow. We talk about mental health and what it is like to carry a weight on a mental health. I am in a past relationship, and it's a lot to carry for me, the stress of the relationship, even though it's over. Whichever thing you're carrying today, hopefully you can carry less weight on it eventually. I walled in my emotions, and it made it harder and harder to let it go away. And that leads to many feelings. Here's that Carrie song, and here's our YouTube video about carrying stress on. That's Sam Vaughn Sports.
This video was made possible by Brilliant, a math and science problem-solving website that makes learning fun and rewarding. Your purpose is the reason you're here on Earth. It's the thing that you were built for. So it's an incredibly important thing to figure out, because it's the thing that guides you. Without a purpose, you'll feel lost. You'll have no North Star. Your life will feel meaningless. And so today I'm going to talk about how to discover your purpose according to the philosophy of Carl Jung. While writing what is now widely considered his central work, the Red Book, Jung discovered the purpose of his own life. But he didn't just discover the purpose of his own life, he also discovered where purpose comes from for all of us. And based on my understanding of the Red Book, Jung says that your purpose is found in performing voluntary self-sacrifice. What would you willingly sacrifice yourself for? This means that your purpose isn't found in money, cars, clothes, status, or any other self-serving pleasure, but rather your purpose is found in the thing that you would willingly suffer for. Your purpose lies in serving something that you deem as greater and more valuable than your own existence. But what if you can't find anything greater or more valuable than your own existence? Then you'll experience life as meaningless and empty. A modern proverb states that life only promises us two things: death and taxes. And what does that mean? It means that life demands a sacrifice from us all. Death and taxes are both a form of self-sacrifice. All life is born to be sacrificed in some way. We're not getting out of this thing called life without sacrificing ourselves in some way. Even the food that we eat is, in some way, sacrificed for our own continued existence. And so if you have nothing greater than yourself to sacrifice your time and energy for, you end up investing all your life force into yourself. But since you eventually have to be sacrificed, all the energy that you invest in yourself essentially just goes to waste. And so if all your energy is just going to be wasted, that makes your life meaningless. Without a North Star or purpose outside of yourself, your life just becomes empty and meaningless suffering. But if you find something worth sacrificing yourself for, worth serving and dedicating your life to, then your suffering becomes meaningful. And when your suffering becomes meaningful, in some way, as both Friedrich Nietzsche and Viktor Frankl have noted, it ceases to be suffering. And you know this idea is true when you see it. If you see someone willing to sacrifice themselves for something greater than themselves, you tend to think that that person has found their purpose. When Socrates was imprisoned by his people, he had a chance to run and escape, but he willingly sacrificed himself for the principles of truth, justice, and honor. By sacrificing his own life, he believed that he was doing what was necessary to serve his city Athens. Jesus willingly sacrificed himself for the good of humanity. And Cato, who in some ways can be thought of as the Roman Socrates, sacrificed his life as a final resistance against Caesar's rule, because he refused to serve under someone he viewed as a tyrant. He sacrificed himself for the principles of liberty and freedom. And regardless of what you think of these three names, there's one thing that you can't deny. These men all had a purpose. They were on a mission. And the reason you know that is because they all found something more important than themselves that they thought it was worth sacrificing their own lives for.